Hello, family. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing well today. I had to talk about this. African salon owner and her two employees have just been arrested for the disrespect and the bad, terrible treatment that they gave a Black American woman in Alabama. I want to talk about this because I saw this story a couple of days ago, and us residing in the state of Alabama, the majority of our time, the people in Alabama was outraged at what we saw and what we heard inside of that video. And I want to talk about that today, family, because we really do need to talk about this, because this has not only happened in the state of Alabama. This situation has gotten really out of control for about a decade now. And it seems like it's getting worse because no one is really putting a stop to it, or really, we talk about it, but we're not really pressing down about this here type of issue that's going down in these African hair braiding salons throughout the United States. And this is something that we really do need to address. And by this happening here in our state, I was like, what? Not Alabama? What? Not in Governor Ivory's state. Not in the District Attorney Steve Marshall state. Not in our state. Oh no, they must forgot what state they was in. Alabama have one of the toughest laws, I keep telling people, in the United States. So we're going to talk about it in a minute. Let me see who is all in the chat here. And we'll get right on into it. In the meantime, because I'm really going to need this right here, family. So let's let this play while I see who's all in the chat. Under fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Acts in 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Yes, fair use. All rights and credits go directly to its rightful owner. This video is purely for fair use, opinion, and entertainment. Enjoy. And we also want to add that everything in this video is alleged. Yes. Shout out to the Knowledge family. Shout out to the Knowledge family. Shout out to Kendall R and TS, moderators in the house. Salute, salute. Love y'all so much. Sending love, hugs, and kisses to y'all. Also, Spicy. Shout out to Spicy in the house. And I also want to say, Spicy, thank you for your last donation in our last video. Thank you so much. Your donation is just greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. And everyone, just thank y'all for joining Cafe of Knowledge today. I know that this is a football day and a lot of people got a lot of things going on and trying to get things, done before they go to work and do a lot of things for a Monday morning. But I had to talk about this right quick, family. It needs to be addressed very, very badly. Yes, it does. In the house before shout out to you all. Just thank you all. Thank you all. Replay gang. Yes, thank you to the replay gang as well. We appreciate it. And we just appreciate all the love that everybody showed Cafe of Knowledge. It's so greatly appreciated. Our channel, so greatly appreciated. We want to say special thanks to the moderators. Do an awesome job in moderating and everything like that. Thank you to all our old subscribers, new subscribers, just always riding with us, hanging in there with us. Thank you for the new subscribers who did subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. So sending loves and hugs to you all. So let's get down to it, because I don't want to keep y'all too long, family. But thank you for the hearts, and the hearts and the love go right back out to y'all as well. Let me say this. I'm glad that this lady, Jessica, had her cell phone on her and that she was recording this incident, because we really needed to see this. And in a way, I don't want to say I'm glad this happened in the state of Alabama, but what I am saying is that I hope the state of Alabama is showing other people in other state messages how to handle things like this, because Alabama don't tolerate this type of stuff. I don't know where these people thought they was. This is not a sanctuary state. None of that. None of that. Okay. So I'm just tripping. I'm still just still tripping. It's so many of my friends and all of us got together. This happened a couple of days ago. And then they kept saying, oh, well, they're not arrested. Well, honey, Alabama residents might not talk that loud over the internet, but you can guarantee they was stomping hard about this right here. They was outraged. They did not like this. Across the board, all Alabama citizens was upset at looking at this here video. And then, a day ago, these women got arrested. No bond. What they say? No bond. Yeah. See, that's how they do it in Alabama. You don't come up in here where our ancestors done. Do y'all know the history behind the state of Alabama? We have ancestors that have put in some work for decades and decades and decades and decades just to not be treated the way we seen that black sister be treated in Birmingham, Alabama last week. No bond. Coretta Evans, hello. Coretta Evans, hello. Good afternoon, Cafe, and to the wonderful team. Salute to y'all as well. Salute, salute, salute. So let me just go ahead on and say this. Jessica went into a hair salon, and I'm going to let y'all see a little clip of that video. She went into a hair salon in Birmingham, Alabama, to get her hair done. She wanted some type of braids or something like that, and she texted the owner, and they said $200 is what it would cost to get this particular hairstyle. Okay, so the sister went, and it was the owner and the 3 employees in there. And Jessica said things was going okay at first, and then things quickly turned left. And we're going to talk about that. Okay. Quickly turned left. Check this out, family. Okay. Because we was too shocked to see this. Here we go. Sorry for the delay.
Well, Steve, Brittany, she says it was never about going viral. She just wanted to warn others about what she experienced. She says she never expected it to blow up like this.
I just wanted to get my hair done, and I wanted to go home.
For Jessica Odom, it's not the hairstyle she'll remember. It's what happened after the appointment.
I paid you exactly what you asked for. You gotta pay my hair go. I don't care. Let my hair go. I don't care.
She says she walked into Mama Get Your Hands expecting a quick appointment. and walked out shaken, confused, missing a piece of her hair, and holding a video she never dreamed she'd need to record.
I looked in the mirror. I loved my hair. And I went in my purse. I grabbed the $200 in cash, and I gave it to the braider. She started speaking in their language, which I don't know what ethnicity they are, but she went over to the owner, which they refer to as mama, and she gave her the money, and then she hopped up, and she was like, no, this is $200.
Odom says everything started normally. A few texts, a clear plan, and a $200 agreed upon price.
Let my hair go! We cannot leave you. I'm finna sue you, bro. I'm finna sue you. Okay, I'm gonna shoot you too. I said sue.
But once the stylist was finished, she says the tone shifted. Odom says suddenly the stylist demanded more money, and that's when everything changed.
She told me to just give her $30 and I could leave, or if not, go sit in the chair and we'll cut the hair up. I said, you're not cutting my hair up, and I'm not giving you anything extra. I paid you your $200. I'm leaving. She was like, no, you're not leaving. So she turns and she locks the door.
She says she spent nearly an hour struggling with 3 women, calling police as she tried to get out.
Yeah, of course me. I know. I said,
We went to the salon for their side of things. They declined to comment. Birmingham police say they're aware of the video and detectives are reviewing the case.
The charges will be pressed, and I am filing a lawsuit.
Well, this girl said that she gonna file a lawsuit, and I want y'all to look at this one too as well.
Woman's
Check it out.
Being locked inside of a braiding salon and having her hair pulled out over $50. The suspects have been identified as Asatu Camara, Julia Ondo, and Gladys Nzinga, all of Birmingham.
Now that's these 3 right here that was in that shop holding this woman hostage, basically. It's gonna come back in louder, family.
Jessica Odom, the victim in this case,
look at here.
She texted the salon owner directly to book her appointment. In the
Grabbing this woman
you
here.
can see how she asked how much for boho knotless braids, and the owner responded with $200. Well, apparently human hair was used to do the style, and the owner said she owed another $50. Odom said she started walking toward the door when the owner asked her for $30 instead of that. If she couldn't pay the $30, she could sit down so the owner could actually cut the hair out. Well, that's when Odom claims the owner locked her inside the salon. Odom said that she tussled with the owner and other employees while trying to unlock the door, and finally got it opened when she felt someone grab her by the hair. Odom said that they pushed her back into the salon, locked the door again. In video that you see right here showing the employees pulling on her hair for another 30 to 40 minutes until police actually showed up. All suspects were taken into custody without incident. Today, they were
no
in
bond.
Jefferson County Jail without bond.
No bond. Now, I don't know where these here ladies thought they were. I really don't. I really don't. This happens all the time, okay? This has happened thousands and thousands of times. And it's not getting any better. It's not getting any better. Actually, it's getting worse. Okay? It's I don't know. It's a deep envy, a deep despise for Black American women. Some African women alike, not all, but the majority of them display this type of behavior. And I never really hear them check each other over the internet about how they do treat Black American women when they go into these establishments of theirs, these salons of theirs, and things like that. And I'm still trying to figure out, why are Black American women still going to places that really ain't feeling you like that? Let me see what y'all saying. Spicy said, unbelievable. Yes. TS said, Cafe, I agree. Not in Birmingham, Alabama. That's what I said. Kendall R., that salon owner went too far. I'm telling you. And you can, on the text does say, when they was exchanging about making this appointment, the text do say, the owner says $200. The girl gives them $200. And then that's when this here scam comes in, and she says, nah, 250. And she was like, no, over the phone you said, over the text you said $200. Here go the text right here. It says $200 is what you told me it would be. She gave the woman the $200, but then all of a sudden they slid in a scam, which is often done, and said $250. And she said, nah, I'm giving you $200 like you said. Or, well, and you're not going to leave. Grabbed the woman by the hair, jerked the woman's head back, and was telling her she not going to leave. And she was like, let me go. I'm getting ready to go. When she gets to the door, tries to get out, then all three of them, the owner and the two workers, snatched the Black American woman by her hair and pulled her and told her she gonna sit down, or she can get him $30. If she don't want to get him $50, she get him $30, or they not gonna let her leave. She said, I can't give y'all $30 either. They said, okay, then snatched her by her hair, said, we gonna cut it all out. And she was like, you ain't gonna cut my hair, bro. You not gonna cut my hair. I'm finna sue y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, notice when she said, I'm going to sue y'all, the African woman was quick to say, I'll shoot you too. She said, I said sue. So see, that's another thing, family. When we go to these places, they don't even know English properly. They can't comprehend what we are saying. And that can be very dangerous. Because that incident right there could have been very dangerous. That African salon, that woman was quick to say, I'll shoot you too. And she said, I didn't say shoot pow pow. I said sue. So see how quick that woman was to say, I'll shoot you too. See, that's what happens when people don't understand our language. That's what happens when people don't want to understand what we're saying. That's what happens when people feel like we're less than. They don't want to hear us. And don't even take the time. If you're going to come into someone's country, please understand English or that language very well. Because see, you can't always text for the text to translate for you. Because obviously that's what they was doing to make this appointment happen. She made this appointment through text, most likely so that text can be translated so that the owner can understand what she's saying. Well, when you get face to face and you talking to someone and they can't understand what you're saying and they take suing you for shooting you, that can be very dangerous. They basically kidnapped this woman. They told her she was not leaving. They locked the doors. They had her by her hair. They had picked up scissors. They was finna cut all her hair out, and she was tussling with them. Finally, the police, they said, you're not leaving. You're not leaving up out of here. That's holding someone hostage. That's kidnapping. And that's exactly what Alabama called it. You just can't be snatching on nobody's head, making them sit down, dragging them by their head, make them sit down, say you're going to cut all their hair out if they don't give you extra money that they really don't owe you. You said $200. Now you want to hike the price up to $250. And if you can't get $250 out of her, oh, well, we're going to cut all your hair off. And we're going to manhandle you. And we're going to lock the door and we're going to keep your ass in here. What? I'm glad Alabama arrested them. And I'm glad Alabama said no bond. See, sometimes you have to show somebody, make an example out of somebody. The same way they do in Birmingham 8, we cares nothing about it. What you ain't gonna do is come in the state of Alabama where we pay taxes at and grab no Black American woman, no Black American man by the hair and lock them up in a joint and then tell them they can't leave, and you basically gonna shave all their hair off if they don't do what you say. Oh, no, dog. You got us messed up around here. No, dog. You should have read your Alabama law. You should have read your Alabama law. Matter of fact, let me help you out. Matter of fact, let me help some of these people out. Because, see, when you come into another country, and then you really do need to learn all their laws for real. And then you need to know the history and the background of Black American people. You really do. And maybe that would ease some of the disrespect. Because it's a lot of our ancestors that paved the way for a lot of people to come over here from other countries. But when they get here, we're the first to be disrespectful. I mean, disrespected like hell. And then it's like you despise us when our ancestors help you come here. And not all of them are like that. But if you go down Google, and if y'all go down through the search and the history of some of these African hair braiding salons or African salons, it's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of videos just like this. And nobody is really holding them accountable the way Alabama is doing right now. It's called kidnapping in Alabama. When you lock doors on anybody around this joint. When you kidnap anybody around this joint. Holding somebody hostage around this joint. Don't come in Alabama stinking up the joint. Please don't. And I have a right to talk about this. This is my state, my ancestors' state. Go back from centuries to centuries to centuries to centuries, and Georgia too. How disrespectful. And I've seen this a long time ago. Just either I couldn't get to it or, I seen other people talking about it. But when it hit us, oh, it's time to talk about this. Wow. Let me see what y'all say before I let y'all read what Alabama law is about what happened to old sister over here in this African braiding salon. Get some shout outs right quick. Economic warfare. Hello. I don't let anyone touch my hair. I'm from the South. Yes, you know what I'm saying? We really don't. We really don't in the South, man. We do kind of, we'll have some of our sisters that, our African American sisters that do hair. Like I said, we learned that from my grandmother. And I think I mentioned this before. Moderators, didn't I mention this before? Like, I didn't talk about this particular subject, but I did say that growing up, my grandmother had an African-American sister that did her hair, and my grandfather had one to do it. Now, my mama did her own, you know what I'm saying? But they did make it a point with, You have to spend your money with your people, because kind of they are the only ones that kind of know how to do your hair, treat your hair, and things like that, and gonna treat you with that respect, because they come from your roots. They know what you dealt with. They know what you're dealing with, and they know you go there to relax, kind of to be pampered. Had a hard day all day, had a hard week at work, and you just go and you relax. And there's some people that don't understand that. It's all about, give me your money. I don't like you. I really despise you, but I need your money. So sit down in this chair, and if something go wrong, I just kidnap you. What? Corinta Evans said, that's sad, but it's real. Yes, it is sad and real. Sharon, hello. Salute at Cafe of Knowledge and the team. Salute to you too. Salute to you. Spicy said, TS said, don't do that in Alabama. I'm telling you. Alabama don't play, Kendall R said they don't. Spicy said, that's the first thing I thought, kidnapping, when I first saw the video. Yeah, and that's exactly what Alabama labeled it. They labeled it as that. They did. You get no breaks in Alabama. Nah, you don't. So for the ones who just come in the state of Alabama, I don't care if you're residing in here or you're passing through here, please don't come in our state stinking up the joint. And as y'all will see right here, Alabama law defines 2 degrees of kidnapping, with first degree kidnapping a class A felony and a second degree class B felony. Okay. Yes. First degree kidnapping involves abducting a person with specific trying to see if I can get with specific intents, such for random and hostage and injured to inflict injury. And they did inflict injury on this woman. Okay. And that's what they being charged with. And y'all see right there, hold them for ransom or rewards. Okay, and that's what they did. You don't give us $50, you ain't leaving here. And locked the doors, wouldn't let her get out. No, if it wasn't for the police, she still wouldn't have got up out of there. Ain't no telling what would have happened to Jessica. Okay? This is what Alabama give you. For that kidnapping, locking her up in there like that, and jerking on her and telling her she ain't gonna leave and all that. 10 years to life in prison and a fine up to $250,000. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know what they thought about Governor Ivory, and evidently they are not subscribers of Cafe of Knowledge, because I tell people that all the time. All the time. I be giving everybody a warning. And let me tell y'all this right here. The residents of Alabama is real sensitive right now. And people who is coming from another country over to this country, and they want to make a better living and all that, oh, well, fine and good. Please do it the right way and all that stuff. And, but when you come, please read and do the history of the state that you're residing in. Because Alabama residents is still, right now, outraged about Mahogany Jackson. Don't know. A lot of the Knowledge family know about Mahogany Jackson's story. A lot of people may not. But Mahogany Jackson in Birmingham, Alabama, was done almost starting off the same way, and we lost her because nobody got to her in time. And here you go. We are still kind of soft in the spot, in the heart, about what happened to Mahogany Jackson. They locked her, they took her, they locked the doors on her, they kept her in an apartment, they was snatching on her, they was doing her dirty. They wouldn't let her go. And they kept saying they wasn't going to let her go. She was pleading to get up out of there. And they wouldn't. And they did all type of things to Mahogany and then deleted her. And when we heard this about Jessica in Birmingham, it was starting off the same way where some African women done locked our sister up in a doggone salon and told her she ain't leaving, grabbed her by her hair, finna cut up all her hair and all that stuff. But she had it on video. So see, this the wrong time to play with Alabama with that kidnapping, holding people hostage and talking about you ain't finna let them up out your joint and all this here. Even in your house, don't be holding nobody no hostages and all that. Talking about you ain't leaving up out of here. You better give me this or you gonna stay. Oh, no. So see, it's already sensitive in Alabama with that right there. The governor, the attorney general, law enforcement, FBI, Homeland Security, all these law enforcements throughout the Alabama, they not playing. And what they did hit too close to home about Mahogany. Let me give y'all some shout outs again and read some of your comments. Wow. Darlene Chestnut in the house. Hello. Nurse Petty in the house. Salute to you both. Salute to everybody. Salute. Darlene Chestnut said Alabama is the place to be. Yes, it is. Sharon said Grandma did her own and I do my own. Yeah. You right. Yeah. Darlene Chestnut said my sister Cafe looking too cute. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. TS said respect our state and country upon arrival. Right. Darlene Chestnut gave prayer hands to Mahogany Jackson. Yes. So Darlene said, I thought we were boycotting those shops. And you know, I did see that, and we touched on that, I guess, some months ago, and I really didn't hopper on that. But after I seen this, and I said, this ain't even getting any better. This is getting worse. I just feel we need to keep our tails out of them people's shop. It clearly says it. They telling us. It's not we being like that. And, you know, a lot of people want to say, you know, a lot of African women, they say that Black American women are kind of jealous because they can come over here and they can open up their own business and they make ends meet and they, you know, they become professionals at doing hair and all that. No, we ain't never been jealous of nobody. We have no reason to. Because, hey, we've been living in the United States for centuries, generations. And, hey, we have no problem with anybody opening up business. We've never been a jealous culture. Never. If anything, we share a lot. And every time we share, we get right up the kisser. And so we never been like that. But what we do say is that when people come over here, this is exactly how we be treated. Black American women and Black American men. This is how a lot of people that come from other countries treat us. Not all, but the majority of them do. And they don't check each other about it, meaning that is given, they are complicit with it as well. See, we check our people. And that's how come we have come so far and been able to prosper so much. Because we check our people. We see our people doing something wrong. Hold up. Just like with the little kids that was doing that to that woman over there in Chicago. Those little kids were jumping all on that woman, doing all that. Oh, we came out and we said we had to say, we check our culture. But we check other people as well. When it comes to disrespect like this, you can hear the victory. You could hear almost the despise, the envy, the nastiness in this woman's voice. And I'm like, wow, all of it came out at the tail end when she couldn't get the $50 like she hiked up the price for. See, that cosplaying, like they kind of like it. Yes, they say everybody have that skin color. But everybody's not the same. You can hear it. You can hear it. It's like, it was unbelievable, family. Just listen to this. I just want y'all to hear it versus watching it.
I don't care. Let my hair go.
She said she walked into Mama Gifted Hands.
And right there, she said, let my hair go. Let my hair go. This girl is not African at all. This is a Black American woman. But she's trying to talk like them so they can understand her. But you notice they ain't trying to talk like her to understand her. They here in this country, they need to learn how to talk proper English and where they can comprehend it. Because this went all off the rails. All off the rails. So you hear her say, let my hair go. She trying to stoop to their level, hoping that they can understand what she's saying. Because long as she's saying, hey, let my hair go. Hey, let my hair go. They ain't studying that. How did you hide? We're not letting you go. You gotta pay up. You got all that right there. So then she tried to talk their language. Let my hair go. They still ain't studying her. Because at first I said, when she said, let my hair go, I said, well, is she African like them? Then I said, no, can't be, because they wouldn't have treated their own like that. Then when I heard her on the news, she's an African American. She talked just like us. But she was trying to stoop down to their level for that moment, hoping they can understand. What? Y'all stay yourself up out of these folks' shops, fam. Listen to this.
Let my hair go.
She said she walked into Mama Gifted Hands expecting a quick appointment and walked out shaking, confused, missing a piece of her hair and holding a video she never dreamed she'd need to record.
I looked in the mirror. I loved my hair. And I went in my purse. I grabbed the $200 in cash and I gave it to the braider. she started speaking in their language, which I don't know what ethnicity they are, but she went over to the owner, which they refer to as mama, and she gave her the money, and then she hopped up and she was like, no, this is $200.
Odom says everything started normally. A few texts, a clear plan, and a $200 agreed upon price.
Let my hair go! We cannot leave it. I'm gonna sue you, bro. I'm gonna sue you. Okay, I'm gonna shoot you too. I said sue.
But once the stylist was finished, she says the tone shifted. Odom says suddenly the stylist demanded more money, and that's when everything changed.
She told me to just give her $30 and I could leave, or if not, go sit in the chair and we'll cut the hair out. I said, you're not cutting my hair out, and I'm not giving you anything extra. I paid you your $200. I'm leaving. She was like, no, you're not leaving. So she turns and she locks the door.
She says she spent nearly an hour struggling with 3 women, calling police as she tried to get out.
Yeah, of course, I know. I said,
We went to the salon for their side of things. They declined to comment. Birmingham police say they're aware of the video and detectives are reviewing the case.
Charges will be pressed and I am filing a lawsuit.
Well, she said charges will be pressed and she's going to file her lawsuit, rightfully so. And most likely, Alabama going to shut that place down. They ain't playing the radio. They better hope all their little paperwork in order. They better hope all their little paperwork is in order. Visas are in order. All that right there. Yeah. But first of all, this is a right to carry state. So them people that was lucky. Them ladies in that salon was lucky because now I ain't promoting violence, none of that. But this is a right to carry state. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me read y'all comments. I see somebody gave Clay G Beats a shout out. He must have been in the chat. Clay G Beats, salute. Kendall R said exactly 100. Yes. Darlene Chestnut said after 10 years, they all up out there. Yes. That was TS gave him shout out. Yeah, but I don't know what's up with that family. But what I can say is it don't seem like this is those women first time. I just don't, I can't, it's not, something tells me this was not their first time doing this. And a lot of people just let it slide. You see what I'm saying? Like they probably have done other people hair and then say, hey, jack the price up 20, 30, 40 more dollars and keep from a confrontation. The customers give it to them anyway. Well, in the state of Alabama, you can report that. It's called price gouging. When you up there telling lies about your price is really this, and then when you get there, you hike it up to this. Yes. It's called fraudulent. Like you're falsely representing your business to your customers. You're telling your customers one thing, but then you turn around and it's something totally different. Businesses can get in trouble for that as well in the state of Alabama. Or it might be everywhere. You just have to take the time to report that type of stuff. But something tells me this is not their first time doing this. Locking the door, telling people you ain't getting out of here till you give me my $50, $60 and all that. And some people might just give it to them just because they don't want no confrontation. And guarantee you when they start asking other people, other customers to come up forth, it's going to be a lot of people to say, yeah, they did me like that too. Yeah, they did me like that too. Yeah, they did me like that too. They just didn't call the police. Wow. And why are Black American women jumping over hoops to give people their money, like these African hair salons and stuff like that, knowing that these people really don't like you? The majority of them don't. And I know, don't nobody come in my comments and say, not all of them is like that. It's enough of them for us to say the majority. And if they not checking their own to make sure that they don't be doing this, hey, only thing we could do is go with what we see and feel, that we are being treated terribly inside of these salons. So why are we jumping over hoops to support this type of disrespect, degrading? Why are we still giving our money to people who degrade us, defame us, disrespect us? Our hard-earned money, we'll take it right back to them. Yeah, let me tell y'all something. You go on YouTube and watch how to do your hair, and if you don't want to take the time to do all that right there, find a Black American hair salon or somebody that's around. Most of us know somebody who know how to do hair real good. Most of us have friends, have relatives, have teenagers in our family somewhere that know how to lay some hair. And we deal with them. Or learn how to do your own hair. Or go look online for a wig that look exactly like the style you finna pay them for, and glue that joke on top of your head real tight. Lace front, real tight. And get one the same exact style you was gonna ask them to do it for. I've seen a lot of wigs throughout the whole lot of beauty supply stores and all that have the braid wig. You would think they own a mannequin. I said, it got to be a wig because that's a mannequin. But their braids, you could see each part, each square, all that. Them wigs was laid. What that woman had in her hair, I saw a wig, the exact same thing. And it was about $200. Probably cheaper than that. It was cheaper than that. Let me take that back. It was about $150, because now I'm kind of backtracking myself and kind of going through the store because I was just in one. And matter of fact, right there by Birmingham. We was headed going back towards Montgomery and Mobile area. But my thing is, that wig was about $140. It was about $140. It was nice too. And I guess some places they have them cheaper than that. But it looked identical to what that lady got on her head. I'm talking about every square, every part, and I know a lot of people don't like wigs. But before I let somebody hold me hostage and kidnapping me and then locking doors up on me and then grabbing my hair like they gonna take some scissors and cut all my hair off and all that, yeah, I go get a wig rather than to keep that confrontation. I don't have to deal with that type of confrontation. Yeah. And you just have to tell your old man or whatever, look here, I can't find no beauty shop that knows how to do this style right here, and I can't go down there to the African salon because I might get locked up in the joint, kidnapped, and they try to shave my hair bald and all that. So I'm gonna have to deal with this here wig today because I like this one. Just be honest with your man or something, boyfriend or something. He'll understand. Just show him that video. He'll understand. Anyway, well, I'm up in age and I've seen one that's like, yes. Yeah. We really do need to get back in doing hair. Black American women, we need to get back into doing hair, having our own salons throughout a lot of areas and things like that. Um, we really do. TS said $200 is too much for drama. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Well, she said she gonna sue him, and I really would. I really would. And you need to put in there, sister girl. Y'all see you still have their hair in your head, but it couldn't have been me. I would have called all my homegirls, my cousins, everybody to come over and try to tweed this stuff up out my hair. I know I just lost $200, but I don't want nothing to look in the mirror and remind me of these savages that tried to kidnap me and keep me up in their spot and then trying to cut my hair out now. So I'm gonna put that in a lawsuit too, that I had to pay Lil Kimmy $200, Michelle $200, Tasha $200, TT $200. I came out about $1,000 trying to get people to kind of take this stuff out of my hair without damaging my real hair because of the way they sold it in. But because they were pulling on my head so tight and grabbing my head, talking about what they finna cut and where I ain't gonna go, and jerking and swinging on my hair and pulling my hair back, now my head is tender and all this hair is too heavy for me. So I had to spend about $1,000 to get this up out my hair. Yeah, and Kiki and Tasha, Michelle, everybody gonna go to court to witness that they all had to. It's very tedious job. That's why the cost was so high. Yeah, and then sue for everything. Sue for, I want they socks. I want everything. Now I might not use it, but I throw it in the dumpster. But I want it. I'm suing for everything. If it were me, it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me, family. Anyway, let me see what y'all saying. Those girls ripped the box braids out front. Yeah, Kendall, I seen where she had like a big patch here where they snatched some of it out of her hair, but that's okay because Alabama gonna snatch some time on them. Yeah, Alabama finna snatch the time right out that law book and give it to them. Yeah, that was finna happen. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all stay y'all tails out these people's stores here. Please do. Because this right here is getting ridiculous. And they're so hard-headed. We say, hey, stay out them people's stores because they really don't like you for real. We can see through the tapes. This ain't nothing that we just putting on them. All you got to do is look on the internet. Thousands and thousands and thousands of videos just like this. And Black American women are still being hard-headed and going to these stores. Now, y'all ain't gonna keep wasting my breath trying to tell y'all to stay out the joint. Stay out them folks' place until they learn how to respect y'all. And that ain't happening no time soon. Because it's something that's in here that's a deep jealousy for Black American women and men from some people that come from other countries. But I'm glad to show the world it's not us. We've always been kind to people. Even when we was in slavery, some of us, because all of us weren't slaves, okay? But anyway, even back then, Black American people was so kind. Put up with a lot. Received a lot. Always been that way. Give you the shirt off our back. And this is how we get treated every time. How disrespectful. And the sad part is nobody even made an apology from their side. You know how when you run a business and if you're sitting in jail because you got no bond, you got a whole lot of time to think, okay? So it's no bond. They sitting over there with no bond over there in Birmingham, eating those brick made grits and oatmeal, okay? They sitting back, got a whole lot of time to think. Nobody, the owner is in there. Have not even wrote a statement and hey, judge, or hey, warden, or hey, whatever, or tell their son or tell their kids, hey, can I get a phone call around this joint or something? I don't know if Alabama's so strict. I don't even know. Y'all might get like a 30-second phone call. But if they give you a 30-second phone call a day, you can at least say, hey, get on the news or get on social media or something and tell these people how sorry we are about doing this to this woman, okay? Bye. Click. And somebody could just do a statement on behalf of mama's hair braid and stuff. Mama's hair salon. Mama's braiding hair salon. No. We're not doing that. Mama's gangsters. That's what it was given. But nobody even took the time to give an apology, a statement. Because if you're running a business, that's the first thing you want to do on behalf of this business. So sorry to the public or whatever. None of that. That furthermore shows you. I wish I would apologize to y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. YouTube put this up here. So I'm going to just read it right quick, family. Y'all see this right here? It's saying top. Hold on. It's saying top fans. So I'm going to just read out those because it's on here. It's saying, I guess it's doing top fans for today. I don't know. It got number 1, Darlene Chestnut. Number 2, Spicy. Number 3, Nurse Petty. Number 4, Kendall R. Number 5, TS. Number 6, Coretta Evans. Number 7, Economic Warfare. Number 8, Sharon RC. Number 9, Clay G Beats. Let me turn this on. So I just give y'all a shout out. And I'm quite sure that's YouTube doing it up under while I'm going live. I guess it's telling me to shout these people out. So I just did that. It didn't have number 10. It's just going 1 through 9. But everybody is top fans here. I appreciate YouTube acknowledging you all. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just greatly appreciated. Every one of the Knowledge Family subscribers are number 1 fans for a fact. Yes. So thank you all. Thank you all. But I just had to come and say something because it was a total disrespect and wanted to let y'all know because like this happened a couple of days ago and I know that people was talking about the story, but then you'll hear a lot of news stories say, that they wasn't arrested or anything like that. They wasn't arrested. But here, yesterday, they got arrested. Okay? No bond. Yesterday or day before yesterday. No bond. They got them. And boy, I know they looking quite through right about now. Yes. Mm-hmm. And it just tripped me out. Let me see. I wanted to show y'all something. Let's see, can I do it without hold on. Because I wanted y'all to kind of see them without the That's how they look. That's them. Mm-hmm. So, um, I'm gonna go through the comments again and see what all y'all say before I close up out here. And I know if I don't get to make one before Thanksgiving, I'm gonna try to push one in there. But if not, I have one right after Thanksgiving. But hope everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving week and safe week. And y'all get full, have a great time with families, friends, and things like that. Y'all just be careful out here because there's a lot going on. Um, it was something else. I just wanted to say, just we want people to, that's throughout the United States. We're just tired of so many people just like disrespectful, man. It's no need for all that. It's no need. It's no need. So let me read the chat and then I close out. Um Darlene Chestnut, I'm glad they're locked up. Yes, yes. Oh, Kendall R says sue for headaches. Yes, yes, Kendall R. Yes. TS said, right. Time lost for treatment and removal. Right. I would say that. I'd be like, hey, it took them a long time to get this stuff up out my head. Yep. Yeah. TS said, cut out the middle person. Yeah, and just do your own hair, basically. Nurse Petty. They act even worse in healthcare. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, but they cracking down on a lot of this. They are. Yeah, and it's almost like a bullying thing. Darlene Chestnut has that, says that it's like bullying, and it is. It is. It's like bullying, and I just never felt comfortable with knowing that I've seen so many videos of African Salon doing Black American women like this. I couldn't feel comfortable just they probably doing good in there. There's probably not one of them who does that. But it would just make me be a lot standoffish. And I'd be like, nah, that's all right. Because I'm not trying to take no chances. I'm not trying to take no chances. That has to improve before Black American women should step foot like that. This is totally disturbing. And like I said, it's not an isolated incident. This is happening every day throughout the United States with a lot of these African hair braiding salons towards Black American women. It's happening too often. Shaylona Howard, Yankee and pulling on hair after it's been braided can damage the scalp. I think that's what they wanted anyway. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Um, Family, y'all know when you get your hair braided and sometimes it's kind of tight and sometimes it don't be that tight, but it do be tight and it have your scalp. And man, if I say what it is, it takes about a week or something for it to, we call it get old, to where it's kind of loose, to where it's not kind of bothering us that much. But I don't like for nobody. I don't do my hair that tight when I do braids or stuff like that. And when I'm doing my granddaughter's hair and things like that, because I love to do some hair. I love to style some hair. I used to be like that back in the day, you know. And my thing is, I've never liked to do it tight like that. But it's some that braids it tight. And man, you go to jerking and pulling on it. Ooh, it would just, oh yeah. So yeah, you're right. And you're right. That could damage the scalp for real. For real, for real. And she already had like 2-3 plugs right here where they had snatched out right at the edge. So they wasn't playing, because to snatch that out and pull her real hair clean out along with that, they was really trying to pull all that off her head, and they finna cut. They didn't care if they left her with just an inch of hair. They did not care. They was gonna show her that if she don't give them extra money, this is what happens to you. What? Wow. You know what? I open up the line just for a few minutes. Just for a few minutes to see if anybody want to call 678-439-4517, and we just make sure that we don't do we don't do a lot of cursing and things like that, but we all good. But voice your opinion if you would like to. It's 678-439-4517. Yes. TS, you right, honey. Whose mama is that? I don't know. They say that TS said, whose mama is that? I don't know, but that's what's on their salon place. It says Mama's African Braiding Salon. And Mama's. Okay. Okay. Nurse Petty said 100. What Clay? What's her name? Where's she at? Okay, they just saying 100, 100. It's just too much. Darlene Chester said, "Wow, I know that hurts." Yes, I know it had to. And Kendall R said, "Great point." Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because when you man, when you pulling on somebody here that just got done, that's terrible. And it only shows us how they conduct business where they from, in that other from wherever country they come from. It just show us that's how they conduct business. But you can't go over to another country and do the same thing. You can't come over to another country and act the way you did in your country. They about ran their tails away from their country. That's why they done came over here for that same trifling behavior. And then they come over here and don't realize you get jail time over here. You get jail time, especially in Alabama. I don't know what y'all thought y'all would. Honey, I don't know what y'all thought y'all would. But you effed around and found out, huh? Uh-huh. Told you. We just got over Mahogany Jackson with that, and it's still real tender. And then come to find out, they talking about somebody else done locked this woman up and all that stuff. Darlene Chestnut, thank you so much for your generous donation. Your generosity is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, but that shows about that's what they was doing over there in their country. And that's why they came over here. They about got ran out from over there. That's what it's giving. Oh, that's just how they do business over there. Like, if they want to scam you and jack the price up, then the people have to pay it. No. We don't go like, that's one thing about us African American people, listen up. Black Americans, okay, men and women, they don't just lay down to scams, the okey doke, conning, and just whooping on us. Okay? No. We don't lay down like that. We just don't take stuff like that easily, okay? Which is why our ancestors and us has progressed to where we are today in this country. Okay? So when you tell us $200, okay, we're going to give you that $200. But what you ain't going to do is debo us out of 50 more. No, go back over there. Go back over there where you came from with that. We don't play that. Black Americans do not play that. You're not just finna do that. We done gave you your 200, okay? And then you gonna debo $50 more or 30, and then say, all right, then, if you can't give me 50, give me 30. The lady said, I can't give you 30 either. Well, you ain't leaving then and snatching her by her head. Where they do that at? We don't do stuff like that over here. You just not gonna debo us out of our money. Can y'all imagine everywhere y'all go, somebody debo y'all out of extra $50 when you pay? If you go into a store and that register say $20, but before you leave out of there, they say, no, you gotta pay $10 more. For what? Because I said so. I mean, but why? Because I said so. No, I just put this back. I don't want it then. Now you ain't gonna leave. We finna lock the door. We finna do all that. You gonna give us our extra $10 along with that 20. But why? It says $20. I'm paying you your $20 plus tax or whatever. Why I gotta give you an extra $10? Cause we want extra $10. You're not finna debo us like that. We ain't made to lay down like that. And we ain't gonna lay down like that. Stay out of them folks' stores, him folks. Please stay out of them folks' stores. TSA, Alabama gonna deal with them. Yes. Tanja, hello. She said that would have been open up a can of yeah. Yes. I'm telling you, I'm just, boy, I'm telling you, a lot of these people are lucky that, it's people that, like that woman who got those little elementary kids jumped on that woman, and that woman had a lot of restraint and things like that. And then here you got Jessica here in Birmingham, Alabama, who basically had a lot of restraint. But because she said she was terrified. And I understand that because you got 3 African women against just her. She went in there by herself. You know what I'm saying? And, I say stay out of there. But hey, you need to go about, hey, how many workers they got? 3? All right, I need to bring 4 of my homegirls with me. I need to bring about 4 of my home. No. Can't but one come in. Well, then we don't want to do no business with you. Because, see, y'all known for trying to jump on folks, kidnap folks, and hold people hostages and try to scam them out of extra $50, $30, $50, $100. No, we ain't going to do that. Let me bring my girls. I need to see how many y'all in here working, how many chairs this person got. Okay, it's 4 of y'all. I need to bring 6 of my homegirls up in here. And then let you go on and do it that way. When there's some stank, we even with it. But I prefer don't go in there, period. Yes. And I also want to add, before I add this and close out, let me give some more shout outs. Just shout out to you all. Shout out Darlene Chestnut once again for your generous donation. Spicy, thank you once again for your generous donation in our last video. Kendall R and TS, thank y'all so much as well. Awesome moderators, outstanding moderators. Spicy, Corinta Evans, who else? Economic Warfare, Clay GB, Sharon, all of y'all, Nurse Patty, Darlene Chestnut Cow, her, it's a lot more, but y'all have a lot of comments. Here she go. Shay Lona Howard, salute, thank you as well. Yes, thank you. Tanjar, thank you so much. Thank you. Just thank you all, and thank you for our viewers as well. Beautiful. Hello, baby. That's her. Salute. So, y'all just have a wonderful holiday. I'm gonna try to push one in here before the holiday, before Thanksgiving. If not, it'll be right after. But just want to give y'all hugs, love, kisses. Please be safe. But I do want to say this right here is that Alabama, and I have the right to say this because I pay taxes up in that state, okay, and Florida too, and Georgia. But we do spend the majority of the time in Alabama because we have a lot going on in Alabama. But what I can say is we want Alabama to continue to hold these criminals, whether these criminals are residing in Alabama, got a business in Alabama, passing through Alabama, just stopping in Alabama for gas or whatever. If you are a criminal and do something in Alabama, we are asking Alabama to continue doing the great job that they are doing by holding these criminals accountable at the fullest extent of the law. Yes. See, and we go to sleep real safe at night. Coming over here stinking up the joint. Alabama gonna teach y'all about coming over here trying to stink up the joint. They don't even play it out of their own citizens. And here they come over here reminding us of the Mahogany Jackson situation. What? Family, y'all know I got to go. Sending love to y'all. Love, hugs, and kisses. Bye-bye. Y'all have a wonderful holiday, a safe holiday. Love, hugs, kissing to y'all and y'all family. Bye-bye.